All right, everyone. Welcome to another 7 p.m. AI app in 1 hour special edition. We're going to be continuing the Drive training, which is our methodology for growing your business income using AI. Today, we're going to look at the letter I, which is implement. We did some of this if you were on the lunch session. Now we're going to keep on rocking and rolling and going through the rest. We will be touching on a few different things, but let's go ahead and get started right away. Just some basic housekeeping. Let me share in the chat a few links that'll keep you occupied. And then I will also continue on with our deck here. You're in the right room. You're working hard. Your business is going. However, leads are not consistent. Marketing feels scattered and all over the place, and just operations for the most part related to these types of functions are just in your head. We want to systemize it and make it less complex for you to do things on a daily basis. We've touched on D and R in the Drive acronym, and then we have implement, validate, and expand. The whole family of letters touch on the framework. I will walk through some of these today. We did the deploy, just kind of putting together the systems together, reach, where we're figuring out how we're going to reach out to our target personas and audience. And today we're going to focus on actually looking at some systemization of that process. Let me share some key links again, and this way you have them. So go ahead and copy paste them and save them. We've got all kinds of things in here. The platforms I use most often, contact information to reach me, calendar, YouTube channel. So if you have missed any, I mentioned that we're on the Drive formula. If you happen to have missed any of the channels, let me get the YouTube one here. And this is our YouTube channel here. Let's go to our channel. There we go. And so if you want to look at the videos in reverse order, these are the newest videos that have been posted. If you missed anything, the Lunch and Learn one we did today will be available by tomorrow. The VA is working on it right now. She'll also have this replay for you as well. We were talking about the Drive acronym. And as I said, we're on letter I for implement. And then when we talk about implementation, we're not talking about just adding more and more tools or getting bigger, more complicated software. We want to create a system that runs weekly without relying on me remembering to do this function. If you were on the lunch and learn session, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. If you missed the links, please go ahead and let me know also in the chat. And if you have questions, let me know in the chat. We like to make this as interactive as possible. If you have a business website, URL, or domain name that you would like me to use as part of the magic show and demonstrations, I'm happy to do that. That way I'm using real world examples. Let me make myself a little smaller here so I'm a little out of the way if you're seeing me in the corner. If not, then you're good. Both ways work. Let me know if there's anything going on with the video you can't see. All right, keep moving on. Implementation, simple systems that run weekly. This is the key. Consistency when it comes to growing your business revenue through marketing. So everybody starts a business, they have a vision, they have good intentions, but of course the daily grind of being an entrepreneur can really take you out of your zone when it comes to consistent marketing, and that's the key in any marketing effort. If you guys found me through Atlanta Black Chamber, I try to be on there every Tuesday posting so that people can find out about the services and things that we do. You want to be consistent with your messaging and all of that fun stuff. AI doesn't help until the systems exist. No connected system, gap, so these are all things that challenge. By the way, I'm going to share the presentation deck with you guys. I will share the chat thread as well. Let's go ahead and talk about going from chaos to a system that is consistent throughout the whole week. One of the things we want to kind of work on a concept when we're doing our marketing is for that 1 week of marketing, we want to have one idea that we're pushing throughout all of our different channels, throughout our various posts and things. We want to make sure that we're consistent. I'm going to share this whole thread with you and share the deck with you so you don't have to take too many notes. Let's go ahead and start a new thread here. The system is going to start working. What I'm using is a very simple prompt, but it covers all of the key things that you need in a prompt. Let's take a peek at what I'm talking about when I say a good prompt. We have a methodology called the create method. Think of it as super prompting or power prompting. Essentially, it is a really simple system. The first letter stands for context. You can invite anyone to your conversation that you're leaning into with any large language model. Doesn't matter whether you're using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. It doesn't really matter which AI tool you're using. You want to invite the AI to be a particular person, expert, or at least align and make sure the AI knows who you want it to be. You could say, I want you to be a world class marketing, digital marketing agent. You could say something like, I want you to be a international travel agent. You can invite specific people. You want to have a conversation with Warren Buffett about stock market investing. You want to have a conversation with Steve Jobs regarding technology. You can invite anyone who is a prominent, well-known figure to that conversation and make it part of what you're working on. Same thing with the results. You want to be very specific. When people say, well, I'm not getting what I want out of this thing, it is because your prompts lack specificity. You want to make sure you're hitting the nail on the head when you say something like, give me 5 emails for my next marketing campaign. We'll actually do a little bit of that tonight. Help me review. I want a review of this website. So you want to be specific about what you're looking for in your result. Make sure, hey, I want a 20-page marketing plan or a 30-day marketing plan. That's usually more accurate and realistic. I want a 30-day marketing campaign. We'll do a little bit of that tonight. I want you to help me via the explanation. I want it detailed, summarized. I want you to compare and contrast these two things. I want you to critique this report that I just wrote for these specific areas. Again, being specific about the types of things that you're trying to get out of it, your target audience. You always want to make sure that your target audience is covered. Again, you can write it for a 10th grade reading level. That's, again, comfortable. It can be somewhat technical about certain things, but it's also easy for most adults to understand your target audience. You want to target business owners, young men, women. You want to target seniors. You want to target entrepreneurs like yourselves that are on this call. You can tell the AI who you want the content to be targeted towards. The more accurate you are with your personas and targets, the better the content is going to be received because, again, everybody is looking for content that appeals to them and their personalities. So that's why that part of it is important. You could give it more tone that is salesy or persuasive, serious, say it's your PhD thesis or something. Friendly, you're creating a podcast, humorous. You can even be specific about the style of humor. You can say, I want it to be Kevin Hart. And then once you get that first set of information, you absolutely want to review it as the human in the equation. You want to say, okay, that's cool, but I want you to expand upon that. Oh, I've been so busy today, I didn't turn on my do not disturb for my training. Sorry about that. Put it down for 1 hour. All right, you could tell it, hey, look, that was pretty good. Let's change this. Let's delete that, revise that, rewrite this, summarize that. And you can go around and around. AI doesn't get tired. So it's basically there for you to iterate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what's really, really great about AI. Hopefully that all made some sense and it appeals to you. I will share a PDF with you as well. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. Give me 1 second. Where did I drop it? Oh, that's interesting. It is hidden behind all this stuff. So we'll come back to it. Let me open up a new window. Let's see if that will work. And I will create that PDF into the chat so everybody has it. There you go. You have these things. I like to give things out while we're doing training, so it's really fun. That's the main thing I wanted to kind of cover in that space. All right, let's keep going with our overall conversation today. This is the context. You are a systems assistant for a small business. That's the C. And then what is it that you're trying to do? Create a simple system for these things. The business description is a little bit part of the explanation, kind of expanding upon the original one. And then the tone that I wanted is keep it realistic and easy. Here you go, the weekly AI simplified marketing system. And I'm going to share this thread when we're done. Content creation, it's telling you what it's going to do. The weekly simplify things. This is the messaging that we're going to focus in on. AI should reduce stress, not add to it. Same thing with the whole content creation, 45 to 60 minutes total. Create your messaging in 5 minutes. Create 3 pieces of content. Step 3, publish to the same place every week where you pick your channels that you want to focus on. If it's business, maybe LinkedIn. If it's more community, Facebook, you can use email, you can have a website. And then you're going to want a way to make sure all the hard work you do is captured. You want to have a simple offer, no complex sales funnels, how leads are captured. You make sure you have a simple forum. You want to make sure you have email, get at least their name and email, and a clear promise of what they get and why it helps. Why follow-up is important. Consistent follow-up is critical. You really want to have all of that in place as you start onto this path. This is where it's going to kind of break it down even further for you. It'll give you the whole thing. The idea is you get done in a week. So, I mean, an hour. You could do this on a Sunday evening before the week or on a Monday when you get back to your office. It's really important. Fewer decisions, clear messaging. The system allows no tool overload. You're working with the same things every week so that you have consistent, easy output for everything. Okay? Realistically, it can turn this into all types of things. That's the idea of how this would work. Now, if I go back and say, all right, let's expand upon the lessons learned here and focus it on a specific business. This is more generic in general. I kind of did that lunchtime. This time I do have a volunteer. I'm going to use one of the volunteers' website here. Hold on a second. There's a couple of ways that I can do this with a couple of simple prompts. My favorite place to start is with an interview and have the AI interview me. Let's check out this website. Am I older? Yes, I am. All right. Excellence Botanicals. And you can see it's e-commerce and they're specifically selling the paint saw right now. I've been doing this all day. His shoulders are killing me. I've been in this chair since 7:30 this morning. So you get that pain in your shoulders after you've been on for a whole day. So these are some, there we go. We see some more. We have a scroller at the top or slideshow, whichever you'd like to call it. Let me see the other one here too. There's a second URL in the chat. Let's see what this one is. We got that here. Perhaps not. Whenever you have trouble just doing a simple copy, you're like beginning to worry about yourself. Is that the same? Nope, that's a different one. Hello. All right, inventing while black. This is, yeah, the kink tamer. Interesting. About us. Hello, Vanessa. Perfect. It kind of gives a little bit of information. Meet the inventor. And then the homepage, inventing while black. Interesting. Okay. I think one of the interesting things about this particular site, let's see, hey, Vanessa said hi to everyone, is if you took a look at it, I'm gonna let AI take a look at one page at a time. Take that same prompt, which I will drop in the chat as well, and point it at a website. Tell it you are a digital marketing expert specializing in SEO and AEO. I'll explain what AEO is as it's working. Punch in this a website, your website, and let it run. You should do this at least once a quarter, reviewing the content of your website and having it give you back really good feedback. It'll be nice and polite, but also brutally honest. When you have a website like the one that we're looking at, it is only going to look at that one page. Sometimes the pages you want to run this against each one of the pages so you get all of the content analyzed at one time. We talked about SEO and AEO. SEO is search engine optimization, which is what Google got famous for. Keywords, and you search for something and it brings you links related to that. Now I don't search in Google anymore. I search in AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Siri using ChatGPT, basically because it comes back with real conversational answers related to whatever I ask. And that's what's really important. That conversation style is the same when you're designing your website. You want to make sure you're having a conversation with your visitors. And so when you design your website that way, what happens is when you analyze it, you will see ChatGPT and other LLMs recommending people to your website because you are an authority. You have lots of content on your website that answers questions, and that's where AI can learn about your business and service product. And so that's called AEO, AI Engine Optimized. You want your website to always be friendly. It says, hey, I took a look at this website. The current homepage is effectively a coming soon product launch placeholder. Wow, a little brutal. And so what it's saying is you have there's other links, but on your homepage, it is not a pleasant experience from the standpoint of gathering information. I think that's interesting how it kind of came back and gave you that. Let's do your e-commerce site. You're probably going to get the same type of thing here where you have an about us. Let the truth be known. And so you have the about us, and it kind of explains a little bit, and then you have the shop. And so it's going to probably say similar things here where you're starting off, but you've got some ways to go to put some content in. These are the analysis, and it's going to walk through and say, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. You need content that directly answers buyers' question. When will this ship? What problem does it solve? Any really good website has what's called an FAQ section, frequently asked questions section, and you want to have that on every page that answers questions that people have. And what's nice about the FAQ, you write it for your visitors, but the AI takes it and learns about you, and then it can recommend you when somebody asks that same question. I have pain. What's a great remedy that I can buy? I'm looking for this on a natural. In other words, whatever it is that you're looking for, the AI wants to find websites that answer those questions. If you do that properly, then it will recommend your website to the person and the visitor, and they'll be able to find you. And that's how you'll make more money. You want to make sure you take the time to take your website page and make it much more AEO friendly. And if you need help with that, I shared all my links with there's a few people that joined later. There's my contact information in there, calendar link in there, and then a lot of the tools that we're using tonight. Now that we have this information, we have this, hey, you're a digital marketing expert. Give me an overview of my page. Now I can start to build out further, but I'm not going to do that exercise tonight. You've seen me do that exercise multiple times. I'm going to stick to what we were working on here. I'm going to tell it, hey, I want to create a marketing exercise just for this business here. Instead of me working on just a generic one, let's go ahead and work it out here. What was the content? Small business description. Let's go back here to your website. I want to see the Jacksons. Can you feel it? video. All these sparkles kind of remind me of that intro with them doing that. Okay, I have to replace the prompt here. See, my prompt currently says I was doing the one for my business. I have a small business with AI, Simplify Marketing, but that's not what our messaging is. Wellness never felt so good. This is the marketing that we want to do. We're going to redo this prompt targeting this business. All right, there we go. Now, got it. This needs to be simple, repeatable. It's a wellness brand. Goal is to stay visible, capture intent, relief without overwhelm. I should also, by the way, when you're doing these prompts, you should be even more specific. For example, business description, and then I could tell it specifically use these two URLs. I can give it both businesses. Actually, these are two different businesses, I just realized. Let's do one at a time. We'll do this one here first. And we have this link here, which is about us. I'm going to tell it to use these two URLs, which makes more sense. We don't want to mix the two businesses into one. So these are just two pages on that same thing. I'm telling it what I want it to do, create some content, lead capture, and follow up. And then boom, we hit it again. We're giving it more data, more information, the better the output is going to be. All right. So, weekly core message. Choose one wellness benefit or belief each week. Daily, balance and calm. Plant-based wellness, simple routines, trust. It's giving you different thoughts on which you can focus. Create three simple pieces with the same idea. Like you can target who you're going to go after, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, the length of the marketing materials that it's going to create, the structure, what's the story about? And sometimes you're going to have educational posts where you're just putting information out there, becoming the authority on this subject. If you're teaching somebody something for free, they're more likely to say, "How? Teach me more, give me more." And then they'll come to your website. And if your website is well designed to where they can learn more, but then at the end, you have some sort of an offer for them. If you're selling something, whether it's a product or service, it's the same. You want to get them there, you want to show your authority, and you want to give them information. And AI is fantastic at helping you do that. You want to have a simple, easy way for lead capture. And then you want to have a follow-up system. You want to be able to create a weekly schedule. Again, you can pick whatever it is, Monday to Wednesday. And I'll show you some automation ideas around this and then why this system works. It's one idea per week, repetition, and your website, your email, every outreach that you do support that one concept for that week. And then it's really good to support both SEO. SEO is the keyword stuff, and make that sure that's all through your content. And then AEO is where you're more conversational. You're giving that question and answer kind of thing, where you're answering questions for the AI. Okay? That kind of walks it through. And then let's go back to our lesson. Let's keep rolling. We're doing pretty well. All right. So let's keep going with some more examples. Clear weekly steps, no complicated tech, simple. We're using ChatGPT in this one. You can use any AI actually, and we're just giving it simple instructions. And you decide once, beginning of the week, pick one of your topics and stay focused. If you just follow that kind of simple marketing concept. Most marketing fails because it resets every week. You're basically changing the methodology. You're trying new things. That's fine. But when it comes to simple free marketing, like posting on those channels we saw there, you don't want to overwhelm the system, okay? You want to keep it super simple. It's easy for you as the business owner to not get distracted. Let's go ahead and hit that first prompt. Let's drop in the second prompt here. Which one? Make sure I'm still on my right business. Yes, I am. Okay, let's drop this in here. Now we're starting to put together some core messaging. You can tell it's the end of the evening for me. I didn't pick my topic correctly. Sorry about that. Let's do that again. You can pick any of the topics from what it suggested. There we go. These are your one primary lead capture. Join our wellness list. Get simple wellness tips you can actually use. I like that one. That's a call to action and education all in one prompt. If I start to type it in, and I don't remember to change the weekly idea. Somebody yell at me in the chat before I go too far. All right, this is going to be our idea of this week. Below is a clean, repeatable weekly system, three different content formats. You have the practical wellness tip, educate, and build trust. Again, you want to become the authority. And by doing this every week, people will see you on Facebook, on LinkedIn, wherever you're posting, and you're going to give away something, give them a little bit of free information. If you build up enough authority and trust, eventually they will buy your service and product. It's really that simple. You're giving away information on in these different platforms and what it should look like. A short paragraph, nothing complicated. Wellness tip of the week, simple, short blog, FAQ style. Whichever one you're using is fine. You can use any or all, put them on your website. You should be updating your website consistently. You can set up automations to help you get this done. The AI is delivering the content, and then there's many different ways to deliver that content, and that's what it's talking about. You can post to social media, you can email, you can update your website, blog, as long as you have followers. Those are all easy ways to accomplish those things. Right now, we're going to keep humming along here because we're doing pretty well. We've got another demo coming up. One of the things that this fixes for you, right, is when you're trying to do this and you don't have a system, it doesn't feel simple. It just feels complicated. This is where AI can actually help you. It can help you by contributing these different things you need. You need a marketing system, a lead flow system, and some sort of operational support. We'll put all of these things together in just a second. Never wonder about what to write. This is where the simplification continues. You don't have to worry about what to write. You could generate a whole month of these. On this week, I'm going to do this, second week, third week, fourth week. AI can get it done for you in an hour. It's super simple. And then from there, you could say, okay, let's go ahead and create a simple marketing system. This is where it starts to come together. Let's put these things together. I'm going to remember to change the prompt. I don't have to because it's going to use the one above. Remember, it's one core idea per week, and I can even be specific using the ideas above. The more specific you are, the better. I want three pieces of content, and I want minimal time, and then I want it to be easily repeatable every week. Now we have this basic layout. We're telling the system, okay, now you can do this for me. I could build an app from this where it'll post automatically to the social media. So, for example, I have an app that I built for a record label. There we go. They're the ones that manage the content for Digital Underground. They have a host of legacy archive videos, and what they want to do is reintroduce it to a younger crowd. They want to take all those archive videos and slice them and dice them so they can post them in social media. For example, on Spotify, they've got a channel with 1 million plus users. They want to expand on that by bringing in younger audiences who don't know that Tupac started as a member of Digital Underground. That's how he got his break. And so they have a long video here that they did many years ago with the group.
Cartoon was released independently from TNT
It's a mini
on what it meant to do what you like.
What you like, there is some anarchy involved. Those who don't know what the word anarchy means.
You can use a transcript. The app that I built, you can search in the transcript. It can find this particular segment. I can click on, hey, search for Tupac, and it'll go there. Or I had the AI automatically break it down into smaller slices, and then each one of these can be a clip that you do something with. I show you all of this to say we can build pretty sophisticated apps for our customer base, and then you can take those apps, make them clips, and then you can create using an API. And if you don't know what an API is, don't worry, I'll explain in just a second. But it is essentially taking those clips and then posting them on a schedule to these different channels. The concept is I want to create a system that'll take something from here, meaning the large videos, break it down into smaller pieces for me to execute upon, and then have the AI handle the heavy lifting of remembering to post on a certain date and a certain time. I could schedule a post, I grab one of those clips that I just selected, and it'll load up that particular video clip. And so then I could take the particular clip that I want to use, select, I can type in a caption, specifically what I want it to be. You'll have the AI generate some hashtags from the video clip. I can even put in the first comment, and then I can pick the channels that I'm going to get this out to. I can tell it to post now, or I can schedule it. That's the beauty of it. You can set up a whole calendar of when these things are going to post throughout the whole week and what time. So you don't have to come back in here and remember to go post it. This is what I meant by we can build an app, socially post whatever you need or want, whether it's content or videos and things like that. Now you may say, hey, Danny, I don't have a video. Okay, so you can use tools out there like Metricool, social media posting. There's a bunch of them. You could create a calendar and have it post on these days. Social media posting, really cool. I can do all of that. If I don't have a video, there's lots of ways that you can get a video. As I happen to have a platform, I can share. This one is called BuildBiz.ai. It's in the list of URLs I shared earlier. The platform itself has about 60 plus AI tools. It's free, sign up 7 days, free trial. You'll get 11 AI books on different topics related to marketing in your business. You can sign up, test it all, you can download it all, even before you pay your first dollar. What's interesting about the platform is it allows you to generate content. You can do this with ChatGPT. It has its own version of ChatGPT. For example, I could go in here and tell the AI sales coach to create a VSL, video sales letter for me based on my business brief. And if you don't have a business brief that immediately outlines your business, you can take the thread I'm going to share and ask it. This is the next step. After it analyzes your website and tells you what's good and what needs to be improved upon, hey, give me a business brief. Give me my target personas. Give me all of those things. In the platform, there is a tool. By the way, when you land here, go to the start here. This will help you. There's intro videos that kind of walk through concepts and things that you want to learn right away, how to use the platform. There is our AI Lunch and Learn. We do these every Tuesday at 12 noon. It's also free. I'll copy that link here if you want to register. There we go. That's the link to sign up for weekly training. Whether you join the platform or not, you can come to our training. We also do it on Thursday, but Thursday is a little different. It's more for people who are white labeling. You can make money, white label the platform, sell the tools to other people on your own branding. But the tool I was going to play with right now, this is Hyperrealistic Image Maker. This is so you can create your own images. It's fantastic. And again, it's more focused. For example, if we were doing something with a barber shop, this is one with a cleaning company. There is no limit to the types of images it can create. It does a really good job of creating images. It's one of my favorites. Pretty much everything you'll see on my website, including this video, was created in the BuildBiz.ai platform. I'm just saying it's handy and it does quite a bit. And it's $19.95 a month after the 7 day free trial. I'm pointing that all out to say it's pretty good value. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get a script that we can make a video for this business. You are a digital marketing expert focused in on the healthcare space. Using all the information above and my target personas, give me a 90-second VSL that I can use for my weekly post. Period. Give me just the text, no narration or directions. Cool. The tool that I'm using is called VoiceIn. You can use the voice in here. The reason why I use VoiceIn is because it works in Chrome. It's just an extension and it works everywhere. I can use it in the platform. I can use it in Gamma. I can use it wherever I am as long as I'm using Chrome. All right, we're just going to take that text of what we just wrote. You should always read anything you get from AI. AI can hallucinate, it can have errors.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
We're going to pick a different voice. And pretty much always go with Sarah. You can pick music, upload your own music, and pick your colors to match your website. And you can pick portrait if it's going to be in a post, reel or short. You can drop it in as a vertical video. It'll generate that, and I'll tell it to go. Super simple. I just need to tell it what I want it to say and pick a voice, pick some music. There's an instrumental music generator in the platform. So if you want to create your own music, it can help you do that. Lots of really cool, fun things within the platform. Again, the goal is to make sure your interests turn into conversations. I'm showing you how to create the video to post, the content to post. You might need a little bit more automation. For example, if you want to have an AI agent handle your email for you, the one that I built out as a white label is called LeadBiz. Essentially, you can give it a goal. I want to reach out to this list of people, give it your email list. You can run it for 67 cents per 1,000 for an email blast. The beauty of this tool is it has an AI agent built into it, so it can handle both the outbound and the inbound responses. It is easy to automate. Give it the goal, tell it the guideline of what it is you want it to do, and it'll go out and just conquer it, meaning that it will send an individual email to each person. And what's great about that is you're going to get a much higher open rate. Here's an example of a small test I did way back. This has been a while since I did this test, but my point is I sent out 761 emails, got an open rate of 38%, reply rate of, 3%, 0.3, but this was more of an education email going out. I wasn't trying to get people to respond. I was more trying to get them to open the email. That alone is an accomplishment when you're in the email marketing game. This one was an education one going out. So that's what I wanted to stress on here. And then what happens is you can create a goal and describe to the AI what it is you want it to accomplish. For example, I can say to the ChatGPT or any LLM, now I want you to give me a comprehensive goal for the app leadbiz.ai to help me with my weekly emails on this same topic. Make sure it includes 3 examples that the AI agent can use to make the campaign successful. I would essentially take this campaign. Here's the goal: help subscribers build trust and consistency around simple, usable wellness habits. And subscribe. You tell the AI what success looks like. Think of a goal as a prompt, a detailed prompt. You want the AI agent to get enough information that it can complete this on its own. That's the difference between a bot and an agent. You give it something, it gives you back something. An agent, you give it a goal and it goes and does it for you. That's the difference. If you're doing the agentic method of email, it's 4 cents an email, but it's well worth it because it can also handle the inbound. When you create a goal, you can create a smart goal or do an email blast. If I'm going to pay, I want to get something out of it. So I can tell it my goal, it'll fill in all the information for me, and I can give it the description of the goal, right, of what I wanted to do. Take that prompt to drop it in there, for example. You can tell it what target lists you want. You can exclude lists. It'll automatically exclude anybody that unsubscribes. And then you'll get back your open rate, reply rate. And you can integrate your calendar with it. Google Calendar for now. What's nice is it can see your whole calendar and it can invite people to meetings if they respond positively to your first email. It can say, hey, we can get together. How about this date and this time? That's where the agentic features are. It can go back and forth with the individual until the goal is met. When you create the goal, you always want to give it a stopping point. Each weekly email should focus on one thing. Here's the operating instruction for the agent: avoid medical claims or face-based language. It's telling the what not to include. Because again, every email is customized to a person. So each person gets a unique email, therefore they have a much better chance of actually opening it. Here are some examples of an email. If you read the examples, then you'll know whether it's doing a good job. And you give all of this to it, and then you tell it what the metrics of success looks like, what's the long-term outlook, and you always include that you don't want it to pressure anybody, and you want it to stop at a certain point. Maybe reach out to them 3 times and stop, or otherwise it'll just keep going. So that's the persistence factor in an automation like this. All right, let's take a look at, oh, by the way, let me go ahead and share. We're heading up to the top of the hour here. Let me share quickly the link for you. Hold on a second. Let's share the deck. There we go. I'm going to grab the link here and drop it into the chat. And one more, I'll share this thread with you. This is important because now you can continue this conversation and just keep working on it. I'm going to grab that link here and drop it in here. This thread for you. And then I will drop all the other links in here for anybody who missed them or came late. There's all the ways you can get a hold of me and get all of this good stuff. All right, I think we're doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and go back to see what our video we just created looks like. This one is portrait. Should be.
Wellness shouldn't feel confusing, expensive, or out of reach. Let's make it simple. Most people don't fail because they don't care. They're overwhelmed by too much advice, too many products, and no clear path. You don't need a perfect routine. You need small, consistent choices that fit your real life and feel good, not forced. That's why our approach is simple, plant-based, intentional, and easy to trust. No hype, no shortcuts, no pressure to fix yourself. We share high-quality botanicals and clear education designed to support balance, calm, and everyday well-being. If you're ready for wellness that works with your lifestyle, join our community for simple tips and thoughtful updates you can actually use.
You can see that there's some things that I would still improve, and all you need to do is go in here to edit. Every word is what the AI script reads. You can change all of the images, you could regenerate the images, you can upload new images. So you can take that same script and drop it into the hyper-realistic image creator and tell it what you want. Or you can do it with ChatGPT, doesn't really matter. Say I want a black couple sitting at a table, eating healthy, or I want a couple running. Those are images that you create based on your target audience. And so you use the platform, hyper-realistic image creator, to create those images, and then you take them and you upload them to your video and you regenerate it. Don't change the whole thing, just the images that you want to change. Those have a call to action at the end where your offer is. It'd just be click here to learn more and invite them to your website. And we need to redo your website. Again, run that prompt. It'll give you ideas of things that you need to do and change. You can get back and you can actually have the AI help you generate the content. You know, when we did the D for deploy or D for drive, we talked about creating content using AI tools. And so we can definitely do that. Really, to create things like quizzes around wellness, health and wellness, get people involved, drop those into social media. There's lots of ways you can engage people in social media. Oh, let me give you this video before I forget, just so you have it. I know it's not perfect, but again, we created it in 5 minutes. Sometimes simplicity. Let's drop it in the chat. There you go. So when I say in a week, you can have 2 or 3 different videos running. You can have content that you're posting in LinkedIn. All of these things can be driving people back to your website. Now, before you start, you do want to fix your website because you want people to land there and be excited. You don't want people to come there and go, huh, I don't understand. I'm confused. Or where's the information that I was looking for? You know, you want to have all of that done. If you need our help, Digital Express, we're here to help you redesign website. We do plenty of them. You name it, the type of business. Matter of fact, we have, let me see if I can find, wow, we did one just the other day for someone who had, oh, it was reframing. Was it reframing? Yep, we did this one, organic wellness. Now, she liked these colors and things, so she designed this with our help. She really did most of this herself, but she's doing the soilless or dirt-free gardening, which is pretty cool. A lot of what she is doing, she wanted it to be this style. It's interesting. I just did a solar company. We can do all styles of websites. I'm in the process of redoing my website. We're putting in the Drive training. If you know anyone who is a nonprofit, we've got some training on Saturday, starting the new cohort starting Saturday, or even if you're just a small business, I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. We have 3 different flows on this cohort, but it's for any small business really, because the core AI training is the same. If you're a nonprofit, we're going to have some special tracks in the training just for nonprofit. You can watch the video.
You don't need to trust AI, you need to understand it. Nonprofit faith and mission-driven leaders are curious about AI, and they are aware AI matters but unsure where it fits without compromising values, people, or trust.
You get the
That
idea.
uncertainty isn't a failure.
I just want to show you that it was all created in the platform. Anyway, so this website also was built in. There's a full AEO website and funnel builder. The training starts Saturday, and we have 3 different levels. We have a 2-week training. This is just a 1 day, 4 hour training, like the first session. This is the 2-week session, and then this is the 6-week session. And you can sign up. We start with the core AI on Saturday, and you learn AI in plain English. If you're brand new, you can take our AI quiz, see where you stand in the world of AI. I'll drop that link here. I give you so many links and things, but I want you to feel like, hey, my hour was well spent. And that is free, by the way. There's no charge for that quiz. It's a simple, fun thing you can do. We're going to have Faith Track, AI for Ministries, Business and Government, Nonprofit, and Veterans and Military Track. Specialized training using AI for those 4 disciplines. It should be a lot of fun. Starts Saturday, 11 a.m. and goes for a total of 6 weeks. You can sign up for the 2-week class or just come to the first session, which is 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, lots of different ways to learn AI. We are not training you just on how to use AI, but actually real world examples that help you grow your ministry, your nonprofit, or your regular business as well. I'll pause here, see if anybody has any questions. Oh, you're welcome, Vanessa. No worries. Did I cover what I wanted to cover tonight? I think so. We did the letter. We'll keep going through the whole DRIVE acronym here and get that out the way. And then we're going to have some fun things. I've got some certification. And by the way, that 6-week class comes with an AI certificate that you can post on your LinkedIn and so on and things like that. We will also have another CAIS specialist track coming up soon for training. If you need help getting your website AEO friendly, we are happy to help you there. It was fun when I built that solar website. As a matter of fact, what's the other one I built the other day? This one here. When I built this adult daycare center website, what was interesting is we created the website, did all the AEO friendly stuff. They have a nice blog on here that is always getting updated. And we had lots of content, and they were getting leads, and I still see them come through. It's really cool to see in action people finding these websites without having to pay for advertising. Okay, everyone, I'm going to stop here for tonight. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next Tuesday. I'll see you Saturday if you come to the other training, and I'll come back and I'll see you on Tuesday. Oh, wait, I have a question. Is the prompt for reworking your website on the slides for the AEO friendly website? Oh, I think this is the prompt they were just asking for here. There you go. Copy that one and replace the URL in the middle with your own. That'll get you started. After you do that first prompt, the next thing you want to do is the interview prompt, because you really want to deep dive and teach the AI thread about your business. And the only way to do that is take the time and just go through, get this down here. You basically tell it, hey, actually, let me get that prompt for you. I thought I had it programmed in here, but I didn't see it working. Hold on, let me grab it for you. Here you go. This is a good interview prompt. You can start with the interview prompt or the yo prompt. Either one is fine. Why can't I get this link? It is simply not allowing me to paste. Yeah, you can just have it review your website, and that will definitely help you. For some reason, I cannot get Zoom to accept my paste. Anyway, do the interview prompt, ask it to help you build a business brief. After you review it, have it build you a product brief, including a marketing campaign. Take all of those things, build out that thread, and then you build your methodology of the 3 or 4 things you're going to post. Either do it manually, if you need help, we can help you create an automation to post automatically, or you can use just about any method, as long as you do it consistently. That's the key difference, okay? All right, everyone, have a fantastic evening. I will speak to you again. Bye-bye.